Like my friend Steve died.
Oh my God!
Yeah, why don't you guys climb up on top of the gator so we can see?
Okay, yeah, I'm in the front. No, I'm in the front. I'm in the front. I found it first. It's a gator in the front.
Smile.
Oh, excellent. This is fantastic.
If I weren't a Cub Scout, a butcher I would be. And I'd say, chop the chicken, bring its scrawny neck. Bring its scrawny neck. There's the cow, where's the cow? Neck. Here's the cow, where's the scrawny neck? Here's your coffee, here's your tea, here's your bag lip. Here's your coffee, here's your tea, here's your bag lip. Here's your coffee, here's your tea, here's your bag lip. Here's your coffee, here's your tea, here's your bag lip. I'm glad that I'm a Cub Scout. There's nothing I'd rather be. But if I weren't a Cub Scout, a plumber I would be, and I would say, push it in, pull it out, watch it overflow. Push it out, look down below. Push it in, pull it out, watch it overflow. Push it in, pull it out, look down below. Here's the cow, where's it overflow? Here's the cow, where's your honey? Here's your coffee, here's your tea, here's your bag lip. Here's your coffee, here's your tea, here's your bag lip. Here's your coffee, here's your tea, here's your bag lip. Here's your coffee, here's your tea, here's your still the man we elected to the Congress. Baby Crockett, I hope he survives. I just can't tell the truth. I died in my horses. You died, yes, that's a blow for Uncle Sam. Past 10, they still ain't here yet. Now, Pa, Congressman Crockett will be here at this time. Maybe you're watching the fast. Perhaps so. Pardon me, stranger. My watch says 10:15. What time you got? Believe you're mighty slow. I make it 10:21. And Crockett ain't here yet. Look closer, friend. Davy Crockett, I'd have known you anywhere. I'm Crockett, anywhere, Crockett. Folks, here he is, our new congressman and king of the wild frontier. Let's welcome him. coal mine. Say, this is a very little city, Georgie. Sure is, Davy. Volunteer fire department, eh? Regular full-time judge, Judge Matthew Swain presiding. Think of that. And I'm planning on needing one. But you mentioned an undertaker. Where might I find that gentleman? Let Matthew Swain help ease the pain. Don't that beat all? Now, we know that you're the tavern keeper, the general storekeeper, and the owner of the delivery stable. Guilty, Judge Swain? On all counts, Mr. Crockett. But don't tell me the school marm, too. You met my daughter, Carrie Ann. She's our school marm. As there, money in the bank, which I haven't been president of, Mr. Russell. We solicit your account. All right, folks, the time has come. Yes, my friends, this is indeed a proud moment for the city of Maysville. We are honored and privileged, my fellow citizens, to have with us a man who needs no introduction, a man known for his bravery. He fought the wild redskins of the forest and could bring down a grizzly bear 8 tries out of 10. Who's he talking about, Georgie? A man known for his charm and kindness. He can walk with the prettiest girl around him or wipe the tears from the eyes of a frightened child. Yes, my friends, it is my pleasant duty to bring to you now a man who everyone knows and loves, a man whose legend has swept across the land like a prairie fire, a man who...
It's Bernie Ledbetter. Hey, Bernie, what's up, old stuttery Bernie? Wonder what's hiding her.
Bernie Ledbetter, what the heck do you mean interrupting me like this?
Come on, Bernie, let's have it. Spit it out, Bernie. Listen to that dumb old Bernie Ledbetter. Can't speak for stuttering.
Wait, hold it. Everybody just simmer down. You ain't gonna get anything out of this gal by pushing her. Now, you got something to say? Good. Now here's what I want you to do. Sing it.
Sing it? What's he mean, sing it? Bernie can't even say it, let alone sing it.
Sing what you want to tell us. Don't be bashful.
He's not coming and he's coming back. Hands in fire like a cyclone blast. He's in a fighting mood, I think. The king of the river might sing. Might sing? Oh no, we're in real trouble. It's my king, king of the river. He'll tear this town apart. Yahoo! Hear the wind roar, hurricanes are coming, pour up the door, rule up the city, call up the law. Worst is the happiest town ever saw.
Girls burning high, raise and shiver. I might be king of the river.
Oh, you drink the blood as a blood alligator. Oh, you full of gold and real depopulator. Oh, but he's got that head that always knows what's right. He's gonna live forever.
Not born to me to die.
Ah!
Hello, strange dwarf pirate. Found new ways to cheat the public since I've seen you last. Aw, Mike, always a kidder. There she is, the loveliest little schoolgirl in Tennessee Valley. Got a kiss for old Mike, honey? I've got the back of my ears, Mike, me. Here's saying the front of your hand to correct me with. Well, here's a couple strange buckos. Who might you be? Well, sir, we might be most anybody.
But we ain't. I'm Georgie Russell, and this here is Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier.
Davy Crockett, small world. About quite sure as I pictured you.
Don't worry, he's still going.
Like them yards you get sparing about you. Mighty hard to live up to sometimes. Well, I had no trouble A real snoring head, but we're fast company, Georgie. You better believe it. I can outrun, outjump, outswim, outsing, outdance, outshoot, outeat, outdrink, and outtalk. Yeah, outtalk, outcuss, and outkick. And find the whole Mississippi and Ohio Rivers all put together.
Think of that. Outkick.
Yeah, and that's why I'm taking this can here to box up later on today.
Now, just a minute, Mike. You didn't ask me about that. Besides, I've already got a date for the box supper, I think. Sure am, Miss Carrie Ann. Well, I wasn't exactly thinking of you. Davy didn't tell me how you and him get up to go to the box supper together. Right, Davy?
That's right, Georgie.
Ah!
Why, you know, my gal. Wait, hold everything, Mike. The box up was still hours away. Meantime, I got to listen to Congressman Crockett give his 4th of July oration. But first, you got to wet your whistles. Come on, Mike. You and your crew step into the bar. The drinks are on the house. If you want to dig potatoes, you ought to have a hoe. But supposing you ain't got a hoe, well, look. Put your saddle boots on and dig them with your toes. They'll turn out just as tasty when they're cooked. Ain't that true, Carrie?
Georgie, listening to Congressman Crockett 30? I'm listening.
Georgie, what do you got to say about this here?
If you're yearning for some cornbread, you gotta make some dough. But that ain't cornmeal isn't a that sweet. If all you got is cornmeal, there's another way to go. Boil it up and you'll have much to eat.
If you want to build a cabin, you gotta learn to plan. But take your fuel and change my friend. But supposing you ain't got none, just do the work by hand. You'll have as good a cabin in the end.
Sounds like speaking voices that empty pot. But when I sing, you're real hot shot. Do the very best you can. The very best you can. Do the very, very best you can with what you got.
Well, come on, Georgie. Let's mosey over to the hotel and check in. Miss Carrie Ann, I assume your father owns the hotel, too.
Any day now, Clint Escrow.
Well, we'll see you later. So long, Gurney. Hope you enjoyed the vacation, Mike. Yep, like free drink too. Thank you kindly. Tell me, what brings you and your gang, associates to Maysville at this particular time? Gold, Swain. Yeah, gold. Wait a minute. They ain't no going on these parts. Somebody's been playing you for a sucker, Mike. Nah, you don't understand, Swain. Not the gold that you got off the ground. That kind of gold. The gold that shines in your daughter's hair. The river is long, the snow is high. I want a gal before I die. A pretty little gal with a turned up nose. Dancing music in a twinkling toes. Miss Cannon go to the box with whatever she wants to. Now, just because the congressman is a ring-tail one, tell you what, Crockett, let's me and you settle this like men. How's that? With a fight, bare fist nose something to one of theirs not clean out. How's that strike you? Not very good, I'm again fighting. Told you, chicken out. I'm again fighting, but you're Keith Spink. I'm gonna make exceptions. Georgie, hold up Betsy for me.
Hi, consider you best. Just hold it right there. How dare you? How dare they what, Marianne? Fight over me if I was not even here. I'll decide who I'm going to the box there with, and it won't be the winner or loser of a fist fight.
Carrie Ann's right. Fight the way it's showing things. Tell you what, let's have a tall tales contest.
Not over me.
Of course not, just for the fun of it. What do you say, Mike? I say, what the tarnation's the tall tales contest? It's to see which one of us know the biggest lie.
For you being a congressman, I reckon I give you some kind of head start. Eh, boys?
Yeah! Tell you what, Mike, I'm allowed to one side of my mouth.
Fair enough. I get first go, okay?
State's yours, Mr. Fink. Let's hear your tallest tale.
I was walking down Church Street Road with nothing on my mind. A farmer filling coconut juice and buzzing from behind. He butted me so hard and I landed on the boot. This happened long about 10 a.m. and I didn't get home till noon. But it isn't told us till you're gonna be here today. I was passing through the desert and the sun was blazing hot. I loaded up my rifle, thought I'd take a practice shot. I aimed up at a cactus, but it melted in the heat. So the barrel pointed downward like a shadow from the You're gonna hear any and your tale from me. I tried my hand at farming once I got some land for free. I bought some chickens and the biggest bull you ever see. That bull stood 48 foot high when he was grown up full. Well, like I really must admit, there was a lot of bull. Wait a minute, that ain't fair. What ain't fair? Look fair to me. He interrupted me when I was just getting to the best part.
That's a cop-out, Mike, and you know it.
What do you mean?
You didn't have no finish to that tall tale, so I just jumped in and gave you one.
Why, you sideline sawbuster, I forgot more about tall tale tales than you ever knew. Now bash your room and went ahead and prove it. Hi, just hold it right there. What's the matter, Carrie? What's wrong, honey? Just put a sock in it, the both of you. Next thing you know, you'll be back to bear fist fighting. Now here's how we're gonna settle this. Okay? All right, folks. Everybody quiet down now. We've had our fun for a day. Now we're obliged to listen to our guest of honor. No offense, Crockett. Now, as I was saying, this is indeed a proud moment for the city of Maysville. We are honored and privileged, my fellow citizens, to have with us a man who needs no introduction. A man known for Gertie Ledbetter, you done it again. You interrupted me again.
Hey, Bernie! with it.
Now, Gertie, you've made a lot of progress today. You saved Mrs. Tibbs' cabin, and not only that, we found out what a beautiful singing voice you've got. I want you to report for choir practice Wednesday evening right after prayer meeting, okay? All right, folks. Now it's time for a guest of honor. Without further ado, because I may get interrupted if I don't, let me introduce the man we've all been waiting to hear, Davy Crockett.
Thank you, folks. We've had a long day and a lot of lines still to come. I think the time for speechifying is past and gone. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to give the advice I gave the young granny earlier and sing my remarks. If you want to keep a country free, there's one thing that you need. There's one thing must have, it seems to me. A man must have the right to vote the way he thinks. So thank the Lord we have democracy.
Okay, I guess we just close with the kids find your parents.
American lady, and I'm from Central Illinois. What's about the size of a pancake? About the color of the pancake? Has 4 left feet, a long neck, and doesn't think of anything but food. The answer is my turtle knew. There are many different kinds of turtles. Some live on land, but most live in the water. In place of teeth, there is a horny covering of the beak, which is very sharp Soft-shell turtle's shell isn't hard and bony. It's tough and leathery. They live in freshwater ponds and rivers. They have webbed feet instead of flippers. If they need air while they are sleeping, they just stretch out their long neck, poke out their funny snout, get the air, and then go back to sleep. These turtles are known to be rather bad-tempered. I know Newton is when he hasn't been fed. I keep Newton in an aquarium. When I got him, he was about 3 inches long and I could hold him in the palm of my hand. Now he's about 9 inches long and I don't dare stick my hand in his tank or he'll bite me. I feed him turtle food about 3 times a day, or if I'm going on a trip, I fill the aquarium with minnows, and they're always gone when I get back. So never keep turtles with other water pets. They will think of their pets as food. Newton is not the only turtle I've had. I started with Timothy and Cindy. They were box turtles. By the way, do you know how I tell the difference between a male and female box turtle? The male's bottom shell has a big dent in it, whereas the female's bottom shell is flat. Anyway, Timothy escaped by using Cindy as a stepladder. Then I had a little cooter turtle. I named him Hieronymus. After keeping him for a while, I let him go in the woods. The last turtle I got was Michelangelo. I was going to name him Michelangelo after one of the Ninja Turtles, but she is a girl. I found her on my grandfather's farm in Kentucky and brought her back with me on the plane in an oatmeal box. On my second flight, one of the stewardesses came by and said that she wanted to freak out the captain with my turtle. All of a sudden, we heard a scream, and the stewardess came back and gave me back my turtle. I thought that was pretty funny. Michelangelo escaped one afternoon when I'd taken her for an outing at the park. I stopped by to visit with a friend and she took off. So all I have left is my soft shell Newton. So you see, having turtles for pets can be fun. I certainly do enjoy mine.
Have you ever been to Colorado? I went there this summer. Going to Denver, I checked in my hotel, and I went sightseeing. The next morning, I went to the Denver Museum of Natural History. I saw a real scary mummy and bones of a dinosaur and mammoth. I saw an Indian totem pole, too. The next thing we went to was the Denver Zoo. I saw a really big tiger and polar bear. I saw seals have to do tricks for food. I saw all kinds of weird birds that I didn't know what they were. I saw elephants and rhinos too. Then we headed toward the Pizza Valley Zoo Ranch. Now let me tell you about that. When we arrived there, we went to a show on how to ride horses. Then we went to supper where they introduced us to the counselors. After supper, we went square dancing and sang songs. Then we went back to our cabins to go to sleep. The next morning, after my group, the preteens, fed the ducks, we went to riding lessons. There they taught us how to mount and dismount correctly, and how to trot, canter, and gallop too. We then went inside and talked about what we were going to do for the talent show. Then we had to go to square dance lessons. After lunch, we went on a trail ride. I saw all kinds of big rocks and big, really big ant piles. Then we went back to our cabin to get ready to go swimming, and then to go dinner. After dinner, almost everybody square danced and rented boots for riding. That's basically what we did all week. The kids like me made Western movies and made commercials for jeans and Pepsi. We went to certain places in Colorado. One place we went to have lunch on top of the mountain. It was a 2-hour horse ride. And this one girl in my group, saddle fell off, ran into this other lady's horse, and she fell off too. They received stress awards.
driven some winners. Now you want to go, Colorado? I don't know about you, but I want to go back.
When I say Yellowstone, what do you think of? Old faithful, a bunch of bears? Well, Yellowstone does have several features in wildlife. It also has its own great canyon, waterfalls, mountains, and of course, tourists. My family and I went there last summer. If you go, I hope you like buffalo, because before you leave, you will see enough to last you a lifetime. First when you see, you will see about 20 creatures. Then it's download from down photography, because you can't possibly take a picture of every buffalo in the park. Yellowstone lies on a hot spot. That's why there's so many thermal features. Castle guys are probably the oldest guys in Yellowstone. The limestone deposits made it into the castle. The strangest guys in the world go to Etna's castle. I also thought it was the neatest. It looked like a big hole. It's filled with water, began to gurgle, and it started to boil. As soon as it built up enough pressure, it shot up water 75 feet in the air. He sat across an hour long to see it. The rangers tried to predict when the geysers would erupt, but they aren't always accurate. When we drove up and got out of the great mountain geyser, we said wind and music went off, and then poof, there it went. So we ran to our car to get our cameras and were able to get good pictures. The weather in Yellowstone is strange. Since we were there in June, we thought it would be warm, so we had very few winter things. It was some warm days, but no warm nights. One day, we were on top of a mountain, and it snowed. Yes, it snowed in the middle of June. Although it was light and fluffy, you couldn't see more than 50 feet in front of you. So, of course, we got out of our car to put snowflakes on our tongues. The Yellowstone fire in 1988 was devastating. In certain areas of the park, we saw hill after hill of burnt wood. Only about 30% of the park was damaged. The trees are still standing, and it takes a long time for them to rot because of humidity. So, if you go to Yellowstone, take plenty of film, have warm clothes, and expect a great vacation. You never know who you might see there. I saw my bus driver, which proves it is a small world.
Ronald Lopez from Central Elementary School. His eyes were filled with hate. His horns were long and sharp. His nostrils were drenched with sweat. Blood trickled down his back. When he stomped around the arena, it sounded like an earthquake. It was hard to face the trail of dust he left behind. His body was pure muscle. Ole, todo, bravo! The bull ring made a real impression on me. As we drove up, I thought the stadium was awfully small, but when we got closer, it turned out to be a lot bigger. Everyone was seated and anxiously awaiting the appearance of the bull. The crowd started to cheer. Ole, todo, bravo! At long last, the bullfighter walked into the arena. They were really weird looking. They had on fancy sequin suits, something that looked like a deflated Mickey Mouse hat, ballerina-like shoes, and carried a red cape. They really got the bull's attention. The bulls were very frightened. Even the horses used in the bullfight were blindfolded so they wouldn't be afraid. Imagine how the bullfighters must have felt. My dad's cousin wanted to become a bullfighter, so he decided to be the bullfighter for an important annual festival in his father's village. He went to a costume shop and rented a bullfighter suit. He was ready to fight. On the day of the festival, he walked out into the arena. He saw the size of the bulls, and they looked bigger than ever. All of a sudden, for some odd reason, he didn't want to be a bullfighter anymore. Because he refused to fight, he was put in jail, all dressed up in his shiny sequin suit. As my dad's cousin found out, a bullfighter must be very brave and very good. At the end of the bullfight, the president of the bullfight decides how good the bullfighter is. Some bullfighters give average performances. Their trophy is a ring
India and all over Africa. But man killed so many, they only roam all over Africa. Now they're nearly extinct. Now, they only live in preserved places like Tsavo National Park in Kenya and Africa. Lions is kept in a price to 1 to 10 and sometimes 35. Once you get, it mostly be males and the lions and their cubs. Lions are carnivores. Carnivores are meat eaters. Lions eat meat such as zebras, rabbits, gazelles, giraffes, and other animals that stay on the grassy plain in Kenya. Lions can weigh up to 350 pounds and 400. A big lion can weigh up to 500 pounds, and that's very big. A lion's body is very muscular and designed for fighting. Lion's teeth can have up to 35. The lion's claws are curved and pointed and is capable of tearing their prey meat apart. The lion's mane surrounds its head like a collar to make it look vicious and going into battle with other lions. The lioness is what's so different than the lion. I hope man could quit killing lions because they are so beautiful and precious to look at.
Second place winner is Brian Beer from Community Christian School. And our first place winner is Philip Thomas. Would the representative from Eastside come up and collect the Rodin Trophy? If we could start by introducing our judges. We have Mr. Cooper, who is from the Laval High School. We have Mr. Upthegrove, who is from the School Board. We have Miss Elliott, who is from the Lewiston High School. And we have Mr. Schuster, who is from the Lewiston newspaper. At this time, I would like to do the pledges. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, and then the 4-H pledge. You'll find it in your brochure.
Hello, my name is Eric Lee, and I'm from Lewiston Middle School. Have you ever wished for something so long and so hard, but when you got it, you realized that it wasn't exactly what you had expected? Well, I sure did. For 3 whole years, I've wished for my own the kind of dog that would follow you everywhere you went, the kind of dog that would wrestle and play with you after school, the kind of dog you'd be proud to take hunting. Well, 2 out of 3 isn't bad. Picking out a dog's name is always hard, but I looked out. I got to pick out 2. My Brittany Spaniel was 6 months old when I got him. His legs and ears were too big for the rest of his body, and he was very uncoordinated. We wanted a dignified name on his registration, but since he wasn't very dignified, we called him Lord Doofus. I thought it'd be kind of silly to stand out in the yard and call, "Doofus! Oh, Doofus!" So I decided to call him Toby. Just because Toby recognizes his name doesn't mean that he comes when I call him. My biggest problem with Toby has been keeping him inside the yard. He goes under the fence, he goes through the fence, and he slips out the gate every chance he gets. Once he has escaped, he leads me on a chase through town for about an hour. At least if I don't catch him, he eventually comes home. Toby also constantly irritates my mother by waking her up at 4 o'clock a.m., playing hockey with his empty water dish in the middle of the night, and howling along with every siren that happens to go off. My mom frequently says that Toby should be grateful that he still lives with us. As for being playful and fun to be with, Toby's great. After school, I wrestle and run with him. When we're wrestling, it's hard for me to get him down. He is so strong that when I take him for a walk, people often ask me, "Are you walking your dog, or is he walking you?" I've taught him to do tricks like sit, stay, come, paw, speak, jump for the snack, catch, and walk on his hind legs. When me and my dad take Toby hunting, you wouldn't know that he is the same dog. He actually comes when my dad whistles and stays nearby, and he holds a steady point on a bird until we arrive. Toby has been a really important part of my life, but along with all the good times we've shared, I never knew how much time and effort I'd have to put into having him as a pet. But it's sure worth it. Stories that you'll have to filter out. Ask exact dates of birth, marriage, and death. All the time taking notes or even making a tape recording. Then you want to write it all down in a 5-generation chart. Chart 4 generations before a family tree. You can usually find information on these at the library. Then try to visit a county courthouse, where there might be birth, marriage, and death records. Also look for deeds and wills, which can be very helpful. For instance, in wills, you find someone mentioned that you never knew existed. After you're done with your 5-generation chart, try to fill out a family group sheet, which shows everything you know about a particular family. You'll gather information about every marriage on your 5-generation chart. By then, you should have a whole lot of information on your family, but there'll always be more to discover. So what you need to do is go
to the library, check out a book on genealogy, and it'll tell you what else to do. As I said earlier, genealogy can be very rewarding. It always have great sentimental value, but also can be very interesting. For example, I have a great grandmother named Rose Bush. You know, with a name like that, I've always wondered if she had thorns. I also have a great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmother who may have been St. Maria Gilbert, hung as originally in the 1600s. I'm sure there are funny names and stories in your family's history, and if you research diligently enough, you might even discover you're related to me.
Nice and Grace Cruise in middle school. Godfrey, Sir Godfrey Gray, a name for a person of high royalty, perhaps someone of nobility. Yes, I believe that you would be right in thinking so, for this is the name of the most royal, noble creature I know. It is the name of my cat. How, you ask, can one call a meerkat royal or noble? One cannot call a meerkat this, but Godfrey is not a meerkat. He's a Himalayan, which means he has long hair of Persian and the colorings of Siamese. His heritage alone will probably make you think he's royal. However, that is not why I feel he is so. Traits that make him royal are the fact that he is demanding, fat, and sometimes very obnoxious, as royalty can be at times. You see, in my house, Godfrey rules. Whatever Godfrey wants, Godfrey gets. I should be so lucky. Godfrey wants food. We all jump to get him food. But if I want food, my mother goes into a tirade of how close it is to supper, how much it costs to get out, for the old. It's not healthy to eat junk food bit. But Godfrey, no lecture, no tirade, just food, and lots of it. Which leads me to my second reason why I feel he is royal. That's the fact he is fat. Much weight can Henry VIII is known for being fat. Now I know Henry suffered from a disease called gout, and it won't be long before Godfrey also suffers from this noble disease. My final reason why I feel he is royal is the fact that he is obnoxious. Now I'm not saying that royalty is obnoxious. Have you really wondered what's in the Queen's purse? I think she just carries it out around to be obnoxious. But, getting back to my cat, this meow can send you to the funny farm. He notices it and does it to manipulate you into doing what he wants. See, when we sit down to eat dinner, he begins to meow until we give all of our attention to him. Sometimes we become so annoyed that we put him outside. Since he's not allowed outside, we go to get him. His favorite game then is Catch Me If You Can. I will not go into detail about this obnoxious game. Just know the neighbors enjoy it immensely. About now you're thinking, why don't you get rid of this cat if these things are true? I thought of that myself, but I always come to the same conclusion. I really love this animal, and I guess I do get kind of excited when the Queen of England comes over to visit our country.
Philip Thomas. And our first place in the 6th grade competition comes from Lewiston Middle School. Representative here from the Lewiston Middle School who will come and accept the school trophy.
I'll get it.
It's your turn.
It's my turn.
I don't know what thing is keeping a hold of it.
Thank you.
I tell you, I wouldn't have wanted to be a judge. They were all really good.
And up here on your left, as Grace, Robin Lopez, and Jennifer Sheen. We'd next like to recognize our delegates, delegations in the state, and they represented us with such distinction. As I'm sure you saw in the Lewiston News, they received several first and second place trophies and ribbons that you'll have a chance to look at during the refreshment time. And right now, they're going to show you some of the things that won them these awards. We're going to start first with Robin Lopez and his first place winning essay. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. All the yesterdays, todays, and tomorrows come together in a fascinating time machine. Junior Beta Club. Through Junior Beta Club, one can visit innovators of the past, protagonists of the present, and heroes to be of the future. Although Junior Beta Club is only 32 years old, there are many famous persons from the long ago past who have undoubtedly been members. It would be hard to imagine a Junior Beta Club convention from long ago without them. Betsy Ross, master seamstress, would have been elected to do the t-shirt contest and the banner contest. From her wonderful experience at the convention, she then would have opened a full-time sewing service. Who knows what kind of flag we would have, or who would have won the t-shirt contest had Betsy Ross not been a Beta Club. George Washington, undoubtedly the president of the club, would have volunteered to compete in the Beta Convention's essay contest. His essay on cherry trees and their effect on his life would certainly have impressed the judges. It may well have been Georgie's essay that led him to pursue higher ideals. By the time Tommy Edison would have gone to his Beta Convention, he would have been full of bright ideas. His light show probably would rival modern-day fireworks. His club probably had the most innovative music ever, using his newly invented phonograph. Unfortunately, Ben Franklin probably never became a member of Beta. He would have been much too busy flying kites to attend the Beta meetings. And if only the convention had been held outside during a lightning storm, Ben surely would have been there. Today, I am in the Beta Club. And many of my friends are just as ambitious as Betsy Ross, George Washington, Thomas Edison, and Ben Franklin. I realize how beneficial this club can be to me. Beta has taught me that it is possible to be a high academic achiever and still have great friends. In fact, most of my friends are in Beta Club. Together we enjoy the educational field trips and other service activities of our club. The members enhance their knowledge on many varying subjects during our field trips. We go to see classical ballet, medieval fairs, and even magic shows. By getting a little taste of all the world has to offer, I am more mature and am becoming a more well-rounded individual. Overall, Junior Beta Club has made me a better person. The future of Junior Beta Club is endlessly optimistic. No one knows what is going to happen in the future, but everyone wants to know. Even I can only take a guess at what will happen in the future. Future Beta members may watch the Junior Beta Home Network on TV. This network would have 24-hour updates on Beta happenings. The convention would also be televised on this channel. After catching up on the latest Beta news, a member would go over to a friend's house and play What Would the Junior Beta Member Do? The correct way through life. For more difficult challenges, they would play the Beta version instead of the Junior Beta version.